before we disperse to the lab, I thought I will just give a brief rundown of these activities. So you must have gone through all these portions. Just as some statistics, there are 272 people wrote the exam, okay. As you can see, large number of faculty also wrote the exam, 40% faculty and 60% students. Almost all the states are covered here, Tamil Nadu, and then we have Karnataka, then Maharashtra, Kerala, West Bengal, and so on. As I said, these are the toppers who scored the highest marks, and 28% of the 272 participants got through the exam. That means a 40% mark is what is called pass, and I think they get a certificate from NPTEL, and in addition they also give certificates like Elite and Gold and so on, actually based on the marks. These are, like I said, Anusia from Venkateshwara, then we have someone from Roorkee, and then somebody from different parts of the country as well who have written this exam and top the list. So what we are planning is, these are the experiments which we are planning. We are going to divide into 4 groups. So currently we have 12 participants, right? 12 participants. So we can have 3 per group, okay? And we have Karthik here, who will take the group 1. He's going to demo these 2 experiments, then you can also practice those 2 experiments. We have a 3D printer which runs on polycaprolactone, PCL, so you can also practice various shapes and sizes. And then we have a contact angle measuring instrument, so to measure the surface energy as well as the contact angle. So the first group can spend time with Karthik, then Dr. Vishwamari Devi. We have the nanoparticle preparation, then dynamic light scattering, which tells you the particle size. So the second group can spend with her. And then Samiksha, we are looking at modifying the surface of the polymer with dip and spin coating. That means we can modify the surface to make it more hydrophilic or antibacterial, or whatever type of modifications we can do. So we will show on polymers, but you can also modify metals as well. Titanium is also modified to impart antibacterial property. Okay. Then the 4th group, Pooja, she is going to show you a demo, as well as you can also practice the electrospinning. So we can make mats of various polymers. So they have samples of various polymers which you can also practice on this. So as we have divided into 4 groups, if group 1 spends with the Karthik in the morning, then they will spend Dr. Devi in the afternoon. Then next day they will spend with Samiksha in the morning, and then finally with Pooja in the afternoon of tomorrow. So like that it will go cyclic, clockwise we will rotate actually. So that way we will get exposed to all these experiments, as well as you can practice all these experiments as well actually. So we will try to complete tomorrow evening, 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. Then I also have the participation certificates, so I can hand over the participation certificates to all of you as well actually. So when you spend time with the TAs, they will explain, they will give you the protocols, they will explain how to use them. They will give a background of each one of these instruments. And you have also learned the background of each one of these instruments during the course as well. So you will have a good background, but here you will do the hands-on also. So that's the advantage of it. So we generally deal with polymers of different natures. So you will come across different types of polymers like polyvinyl alcohol, polycaprolactone, PLGA, LDP, and so on. So generally, because we deal with polymers, you will see only polymer related products in our lab. But there are faculty in IIT who also work in metals like titanium and so on actually. So they predominantly work with metals, different types of titaniums, magnesium, and so on. But our lab is predominantly polymers, so you will come across only polymers in our lab. Films, nanoparticles of polymers, electrospun, polymer products. So everything related to polymers. And then all the characterization also are related to polymers only, as you can see here. Other characterization, we do not have facility here. We have to go to IIT, like if we want to do FTIR, for example, or you want to do XRD or XPS, and other type of characterization, we go to the central facility that's available in the IIT, and we get it done. SCM, for example, all those things we get it done. I'm sure in your college also, you must be having a central facility and lab facility. So whatever these are the instruments we have in-house, and for other larger use of instruments, we go to IIT for further characterization. As you have seen in the course, biomaterials know a lot of characterization, so much of characterization, because we are looking at the physical property of a material, and then we are looking at surface property of the material, then we are looking at chemical composition, chemical properties if it's polymer, okay, and then mechanical properties, and then finally the biochemical properties. In fact, we are not going to touch on that, although we have a cell culture lab, we also have a very good bacterial facilities in our lab also. We are not going to touch on that. Maybe they can see the cell culture lab, okay, because cell culture and looking at cytotoxicity of material with the different types of cells will take at least 4 or 5 days to do. But you can have a look at our lab on the cell culture as well as what are the facilities we have. Bacterial also can be done, but we have not planned, because if you are looking at antibacterial surfaces, or if you are looking at drug encapsulation, release of drug, then we can see whether the drug is active against various bacteria, especially for implant associated infection. We are not going to do that sort of experiments also, but you can see some of the facilities we have, especially I think Pooja has some antibacterial polymers, antibacterial surfaces, so you can see some of our, but you are not going to do those. The biology we are not going to do, but these are more related to preparation of polymeric material and their physical characterization of this polymeric material. Okay. So any questions anybody has? If not, maybe we can go to the lab and start the work.